Hi, welcome back. So this in this video, we are going to be discussing about Expo Router. And for the sake of this particular video, second video in Expo Router, I created a new folder, like a entirely new project of Expo. So I believe you all know how to create a new project. If you really want to follow along, I still name it first up, just like the first one. So I deleted the first one and created a new one. So if you also want to do something like that, all you need to just do is to go to your browser and type Expo create Expo app and click on the first link they suggest most of the time. So when you click on the first link they suggested, you can just copy the first command which is mps create Expo app at latest to create the latest version of Expo application. Note, we have created this before. That doesn't mean you must create another one, but I believe you might want to follow along and you want to create another one. Just open up your terminal and then CLS to clear everything. Where do you want to create the Expo application? Most of the time during this video, I create my own application inside the desktop. So you can navigate to the desktop using the cd desktop command. And inside the desktop command, you can just say mps create Expo app as latest, and you can give it a name. You can give your Expo app a name. Anything you wish to give it. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter how you want to name your folder. It doesn't really matter because this is just a tutorial about a project. Well, you can call it first app, just like my own, or you add a dash to it, or anything you feel like. What if you have already created a folder? So I want to create my own folder too, and you have named it. Let's say I created a folder mkdir first app, or I say mkdir an app. Note that all these mkdir are what we call command line command, terminal command. So you might have know how to use them. Navigate to that particular app and then create Expo app at latest dot backslash. So that means create it inside this particular folder. Well, let me delete this file back, or let me say folder, because I don't really need it. I'm just showing you sample of how you can create it and create your own Next app, create your own latest Expo app. So here is mine, and you can see we have the whole structure. I've not touched any of the files. I've not configured any of the files. It's just the way it was from the create Expo app. We have a component folder which contains some default components from the Expo, and we have the constant file where we define our theme, color, and stuff. And then we also have another folder called the hooks, where you define some hooks of your choices. We have node module folder and script and all other packages that come as default by creating an Expo latest app. This is the most important folder. Our today's let me see folder we are going to focus on, which is the app folder. Inside the app folder, you can see we have another folder, only a single folder at this moment called tabs, and it is wrapped in brackets. So let's start this application and see what is happening first, and it will help us understand some of the things. I open up my terminal and I run npx expo start to start our Expo application, and then we are going to view it in the browser, and then by viewing it in the browser, we are going to use that idea to understand some other things we have not yet understand while learning Expo Router. Trust me, this is one of the most important topics in Expo, because at the end of the day, if you do not understand some of these things properly, you might get confused. As simple as it is, you still need to understand it. So my application has finished running. All I need is to copy this URL and paste it inside any of the browser I'm going to be using. Note using Firefox this time around, and it doesn't matter, you can use your Chrome or any other browser of your choice. So while this wait, it is actually bundling up the project to make it load. So you can actually be doing other things of your choice, or you just need to wait for it to finish loading. But trust me, it must finish loading before you be able to see the application. And this loading can determine how complex the application has been, or what are the heavy things it's loading underground, and the network quality you are having actually. So let's give it some time. I believe it is soon be done, and we are going to be viewing our Expo application application in the browser. Okay, I think it's loading another one on the background. Let's see wait. I think we have, we can give it some minutes for it to finish loading. We are not much in hurry. Yes, we are in hurry, but we are not much in hurry. That's fine. I think by now it's finished loading, and then we can go to our browser and see what we have there already. Well, we have the Expo Welcome screen, or let me say Expo Welcome tab, which is configured to the name Home, and the other one which is configured to the name Explore. And then we can just switch towards the tab by clicking it. So inside our task folder, you can also see we have three files. The first one is the layout file with an underscore, and then we have the explore and the index.css. The explore file is that explore tab, while the index is that home tab listed on it. So we have the home, which is the index, while we have the explore, which is the explore tab as like created on the file. So let's go to our file structure, and then you can see we can close the folder. Inside this app folder, we only have one folder instead of it, and then we have two other more files, which is the layout and the models. So this app folder is very important, and I want to just create another file in it. I want to name this file index.css. If you remember from my previous video, I made mention of index.css or index.js file. This is the first file your application looks for inside the app folder, and wherever you find that particular one, either in the root directory or inside another except folder, it renders what's inside it because it's considered as the starting point of any of the application. So the reason why you can see that we are taken to the home tab is because there's no any other index tab in the root directory. So it now goes in that tab directly and find another index file and render it. Now that we have created another file, if I refresh my browser, notice what's going to happen now. And you can see we are in the Explore because we are in the Explore directory or not the home. So I can just remove it and take it to the normal link without the slash, and then it's going to render our welcome page, the one I just created now. Because now you can see clearly that in the app directory there is a file called index.css, or let me say index.css. So it doesn't need to look for another one before it renders the text page. I don't know whether it is making sense. So it looks for index file first and it renders it. Initially it's not rendering that one because it was not there before. So it goes ahead to find another one. So inside my app folder now, I want to create a new folder, another folder, and I just want to call this folder authentication in short. Our sign up, our login page, our forget password, all are under authentication. Inside our alt file or alt folder, I want to create two more files. So the first one I'm going to be creating is login. Let's assume this is our login page. So login.css, and I want to create another one called sign up. So let's assume this is our sign up page, sign up the CSS file. For now, I'm not going to be designing login page or sign up page. I just want to create them and have them like that for now, and maybe put some one line of text in it so we can have them. Good. So remember now we have two folders. We have two folders inside our app folder. So now we are having two folders inside our folder. The first one is the tabs, which is enclosed in a bracket, while the second one is the alt, which is not enclosed in the bracket. There's a difference between enclosing a folder in the bracket and not enclosing it. When you enclose it in a bracket, you can navigate to that folder itself, but you can navigate into the files inside it. But when you do not enclose it, that means you can navigate to that particular folder itself. Well, I want to navigate to my login page now. All I need to do is /alt/login. You see the way that I added this /alt, because if I not add this /alt, it won't find the page for me. You see, I just say it to say I added just /login. I'm not going to be sticking to the page. And I can also navigate to the sign up page by just adding /alt/sign up. And this is my sign up page rendered successfully. Now, another thing you need to take note of is the fact that I must add that /alt. If I don't want to be adding that /alt to any of the navigation, I need to enclose the alt folder folder inside bracket, just like the way start file folder is enclosed. So I won't have to be adding a slash, or I just need to do slash login and it's going to take me to the page. That's for now. So what if now we don't actually want user to display any welcome page? We just want them to take it to the login page. And you might be wondering how we're going to do that. Well, the most easiest way to do this is to use the redirect, which is inbuilt in Expo Router. So we have redirect as one of the inbuilt components in Expo Router. So we can just import it, import redirect from Expo Router. And then after importation, we can render the redirect and just do Expo default function and call it index. And then you can render the redirect or return the redirect. And href, which is the home directory, should be /auth. You can see now we have an error under our href because when we want to navigate to this particular tab, which is the home, it doesn't know what it's called. It's actually confused. For now, I'm not going to navigate to home. I'm going to navigate to login. So I'm going to do /auth/login. By setting up this file ID and then refreshing my browser, I believe my website will take me directly to the login page immediately, not to the welcome screen again. So let's refresh this browser and see what will happen. So you can see my website took me to the login page immediately after it loads, because now I've made it to redirect from the index file, my first index file, to redirect to the login page. I don't actually want it to see any welcome screen, just direct them to the login page to log into the application. Well, why now we don't really have a complex application or equal application? So by doing this, we can understand how this Expo router basically works. And I believe with this knowledge, you have understand some of this complexity. Let's talk about the layout file. I believe you might have been seeing it and be wondering what the work of this layout file. One of the most important files in Expo router. And the use of it cannot be overemphasized. Let me be sincere with you, we are going to be using it a lot to navigate, like add our start, add our tab, or maybe slots or wrapper. So by now, just having in mind that every file is supposed to have their own individual layout file. Note that the layout is not just written as layout normally, but underscore layout.css. It's very, very important. So and then we have here where we have our task.screen or any other thing.screen. So here at this particular time, because we are at the tab home, you can see this tab different. Well, inside my alt folder, I want to also create my own layout file. So I want the left behind. So I'm going to do it underscore layout. Well, my alt files are not tabs because they are not button tabs in navigation, but they are screen. So I can import stack instead of importation of the tab. So we can import stack from Expo Router, one of the inbuilt components in Expo Router, and return it. Now to render it, we need to do return stack.screen, and we can set the headers to none. Do you remember what are the headers? Those things written at the top with back navigation are actually what we call the headers. So by default, React Native added it false, so this is the only way we can hide it. Let's refresh our page, and then we can be able to see how our login page looks. Now we are at the login page. You can see now currently nothing is showing on the page. But that doesn't mean we don't have anything on the page, because the reason is we are hide everything on the page. And even our text that's supposed to say login page has been hidden. We need to position it properly so it can show now at this moment. Another thing you need to notice is this is the reason why the header is showing this option. Header shows equals to false. So by just removing this, our header will show again and it will appear again. So let's save and refresh our browser. Yes, we have our header bar and then we have the back navigation. So you can see what the use of that options of setting the header to be equal to none or false. You can understand how it actually works now. Well, with this, I believe you have understand some of the basic things also in Expo Router. In the next video, we are going to continue So we won't be confused when we are dealing with anything routing in the future. Thank you for liking, thank you for watching, and see you